It's Thursday afternoon here in Los Angeles, and the third stimulus package will be finalized in the next 24 hours. Congressional leaders are working on the language and the eligibility and the provisions of the $1.9 trillion stimulus package to get money to you ASAP from Joe Biden. But the items and the provisions need to get modified. And this is where the viewers of this channel, called the Purple Power, need to step up. Hashtag FPC Retro, hashtag SS200, and hashtag MSC. There's a series of items that are simply not correct as written in the third stimulus package. Now is the time, with only 24 hours to go, to get that language modified. In this video, I go over all of the 22 items of the third stimulus package. You're never going to hear this detail anywhere else because I have exclusive documents from the Biden administration to show you what is being worked on. But you still need to work on it as well. This is a major afternoon report, and I'm so excited you're here on Third Stimulus Check and Third Stimulus Package. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Thursday afternoon, and this is Third Stimulus Check and Third Stimulus Package, the show that goes over in detail the no less than 22 items that are in the Third Stimulus Check and Third Stimulus Package. I also answer some of your 2,000 questions from yesterday's video on this channel. You had a lot of great questions, so if you hear something during this recording and you have a question as well, drop in the comments below and I might feature it in tomorrow's recording. But first, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. This is the fastest growing channel there is, now at 92 million views. We're trying to reach 100 million views by the end of this 9th month. Never done in the history of YouTube. So please subscribe. Also, like this video. It helps in the algorithm's rankings when you like the video. And also consider becoming a member. The member link is in the pinned comment at the top of the chat and also in the Purple Power, and also in the description. Become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. In this video, I'm going to go through all the 22 items and show you that even if you're on SSI, you qualify for about 4 items. You're on business, have a business, you qualify for several items. You're a parent, you qualify for 3 or 4 items. I'm going to go through each of them, and I want you to take notes. If you're a member, pull out that PDF, and I'm going to show you how you get this money, but more importantly, how you need to push to modify some of the language. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The third stimulus check and third stimulus package has 2 stimulus check amounts in there, neither of which are actually correct. The first one is a $1,400 stimulus check for single individuals, married couple double that, $3,200 for adult dependents. That means that if you're an adult dependent, you get $3,200 as a stimulus check, and if you're just a single individual, you get $1,400 for a stimulus check. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and you're an adult dependent, you get $3,200. If you're not, you get $1,400. The check is not taken out for child care, for debt collection, child custody issues, or anything like that. But there's issues about that amount. The issues are the following. Very clear. This is an amount left over for 2020. This is what you are owed in 2020. These are leftover past due amounts that congressional leaders were to give you in December 2020. They're supposed to give you this $1,400 in last year's bill. They said, okay, we don't have enough time. We'll take care of it next year. But we also got a new check for you in 2021. Where is the new check for 2021? It's gone. It's no longer in here. They did not come through with the new check for 2021. Made very simply, you were supposed to get $1,400 plus $2,000. $1,400 from last year and $2,000 for this year. $3,200 from last year and $2,000 from this year. They threw it away. Not particularly faithful, not particularly honest, and not particularly consistent. Ossoff and Warnock, those senators from Georgia, specifically ran very clear campaigns that if elected, they would give you a brand new $2,000 stimulus check plus the $1,400. They're not doing it. AOC, not happy with the situation. Chuck Schumer promised $1,400 and $2,000. Joe Biden promised that. No one is coming through with that promise. Item number 2 not being followed through is the FPUC. What is FPUC? It's unemployment boost. It goes on top of your weekly UI or PUA. You are supposed to get $600 a week retroactive from July all the way to the present. The third stimulus package does neither of them. It does $400 a week forward, January to September. Again, $400 from January to September. You're currently getting $300 now to March. All it's doing is giving you additional $100 and going out further forward. Not what was promised. In the transition papers from Joe Biden, you were supposed to get $600 a week. $600 a week. So why are we getting $400 a week? It's not like there's a Republican standing in front of the Senate floor with Bernie's mitten saying, stop, I'm not doing $600, you gotta do $400. It's just not particularly clear why someone woke up one day and wrote $400, which is really, $400 just doesn't look nice on paper. It has a point at the top. $600 just looks very pleasant. 600. It's such a beautiful number. It really should be exactly the number that was promised, $600 a week. It should also be FPUC retro. Now understand, Joe wants you to go forward all the way to September. That's 9 months from now. That's almost 20 weeks. Well, 9 times 4. That's a lot of weeks. He wants to go, upwards of 40 weeks at $400 a week, but doesn't want to pay anything to anyone from July to December. It doesn't particularly look good to give so much relief to people now when the pandemic has relief. The pandemic has remdesivir and other therapeutics in the case that you potentially get ill. There are more life-saving precautions now. In March of last year, there was no life-saving precautions for COVID. If you got it, you were in deep trouble. Now there's more ability to survive a COVID contraction. So now he's giving stimulus, for everyone, but nothing for everyone that really risked their lives last year. Not particularly clear and not particularly fair. It's consistent with what's going on with hazard pay. Hazard pay is in this bill, and we have not seen whether Joe Biden's going to give hazard pay from January 2020 to the present, which is what Nancy Pelosi had proposed in the HEROES Act bill of last year. Nancy said hazard pay should go from January last year all the way up to the end of the pandemic. It was retro. So is Joe Biden going to say, I'm just going to give you hazard pay now going forward? When people risked their lives in March, and April, and May of when the pandemic hit, we didn't even know what COVID was. There was no safety precautions like we have now, or therapeutic medication like we have now. Not particularly fair to say, I'm going to give you hazard pay now, but everyone who risked their lives last year, thank you, but I'm not giving you a penny for it. Not particularly a fair image. Nor is a fair image the SSI and SSDI. You're supposed to get $200 a month. Let's go over this very slowly. In Joe Biden's transition papers, he talked about a lot of stuff. He talked about teachers. He talked about hazard pay. And he talked about SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and veterans benefits. He didn't just mention a few words. It went sentence after sentence after sentence. The message was very clear. You did not get enough money during this pandemic. You need more money. The cost of goods went up. It's costing you more to live. You need more assistance. Moreover, the message continued to say, over time, your benefits have not increased. And so because when the pandemic hit, you had less money available. Pete DeFazio, a Democrat in the House, had said this comment throughout all fall 2020, that people on Social Security should actually get more on benefits should actually be getting more checks because you are at a low income level, and that traditionally your benefits were not caught up because of failure of that agency to really be consistent with what's going on in economic changes. So Joe Biden wrote extensively about you getting packages. And those packages were 1, a COVID package, 2, a program fix, and 3, a program fix. Now, as you sit here today, you could certainly understand program fixes may not be stimulus related. I agree. Joe Biden reportedly wants his legacy to be fixing the Social Security system. That's fine. And that fixing that Social Security system would happen next year. Okay, but how about stimulus? Well, stimulus doesn't go next year. Stimulus is now. That was his exact words. $200 a month from now to December because you need it now. You need it now. Hence, why is a 30-page summary obtained by this channel from the Biden-Harris camp not mention ever any of these people? Anyone on SSI or SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, or Veterans benefits. Never mention the $200 a month. The presumption is it's gone. It's not in the bill. It has been dropped. The question is, why has it been dropped? You need to get it back in. This is where you step up. Hashtag SS200. It's just like a hashtag FPUC retro. It's just like hashtag MSC. You're promised multiple stimulus checks. You're promised FPUC retro at $600 a week. And you're promised $200 a month on top of your existing benefits. Come through with the promises. It's as simple as that. So what else is in the third stimulus package? There's 22 items that are all really incredible, and they help a lot of people. If you're on benefits that I was just describing, you can also get rent aid, utilities, free internet, and free childcare. The UI and PUA is extended to September of 2021. The rent aid is for middle class, low income, and also homeless people. The utility assistance is for middle class and low income. There are business grants and business loans. We don't know anything about them. We don't know what the business loans will be like EIDL, where you could be denied if you don't have good credit or don't have enough collateralization, or whether they'll be more like PPP, where credit is not an issue, where collateralization is not an issue. We don't know about the business grants, if there'll be a limit on the amount like there is with PPP and like there was with EIDL, or whether it would really match how much you are making and how you really need a lot of money. Businesses that are more profitable in 2019 need a lot more money than businesses that are smaller. Hopefully, the business grants are robust. There's paid sick leave, $1,400 a week. This is incredible, great news. How does it work? If you have to stay home because of the pandemic, because you have COVID, up to $1,400 a week for you. Also, you can get that money if you have to stay home from work because a family member has COVID. Also, you have to stay home because you had to quarantine, but are not particularly sick. Or finally, you have to stay at home because your child's school is closed. Your child's healthy, you're healthy, but the school has to stay closed, $1,400 a week as well. Again, it looks like it could mean potentially not retro. Again, not particularly fair. But it's up to $1,400 a week based upon a $73,000 annual salary. Next, student aid supplement, $1,700 for college students. How do they get it? What do they get it? Don't know. Then hazard pay. Hazard pay public sector, hazard pay private sector. Hazard pay public sector would get the money from the federal government routed to their employer, the state or the city or county, and then they would give you a bonus. How much? It depends on the county or the city you work for. Private sector hazard pay, we don't know anything about this. Is it the same as hazard pay on the Nancy Pelosi's HEROES Act? We hope so. We hope so. Hazard pay is dealt with extensively on this channel every night at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, in a live chat on this channel. Join that show if you have questions about hazard pay. Then we get to the tax implications. The tax implications, which are child tax credit, expansion of the earned income tax credit, and the child care tax credit. The messaging of this has been very muddied. Let me explain to you why. Because Joe Biden has made everyone believe that these are new items. They're not new. They're existing codes under the tax code, which he's just futzing with a little bit. Increasing the number here, changing the year of the child there, and that's it. Every day I get questions from viewers saying, should I wait to file because of this? It's law now. If you like the law, go use the law as it works now. Go look it up. The futzing that Joe is doing doesn't sometimes even apply to viewers because he's concerning age 16 to 17 or 18 to 14. It's sort of micromanaging a few types of codes. The first one, if you have a child less than 17 years of age but older than 6, you can get a $3,000 child tax credit. If you have a child under 6, you can get a $3,600 child tax credit. Again, this is existing code that's just modified. Next, the expansion of the earned income tax credit. If you work, catch again, if you work and you work as an essential worker, 2 items, you can get a $1,500 tax credit if you made less than $21,000. So 3 eligibility criteria. You work, it's essential worker, and you made less than $21,000. You can get $1,500 expansion of earned income tax credit. Again, that's currently law. It's just being modified. Finally, child care tax credit increase. If you have child care tax costs, you can deduct them up to 50% for one child, which is $4,000, or $8,000 for 2 or more children. It's all incredible great news. The campaign should be very clear. Take this video and share it on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter with the hashtag FPUCRetro, SS200, and MSC. Tag the people in the House and say, hey, give us exactly what we're promised. And now with that, let me answer some of your 2,000 questions of yesterday's video. If you have questions as well, drop them in the comments below. Kevin Tassos, rules are meant to be broken, but I was raised that a promise is a promise. Well said. Tamika Black, we are one of the richest countries in the world. We deserve $2,000 or more. It's sad that the American people are being treated by our government. We are the ones to be voted together and get those checks out. This is pathetic. Well said, Tamika. Bonnie Kell, Biden made promises to us. Let's hold him accountable. Betty Barber, of course they are. They're liars. Yvette Daughtry, Pelosi's a trip. We all knew when the Democrats would do is get elected and then change their mind. Stephen Mayers, if they won't give us $2,000 stimulus checks, we will remember and vote them out in 2 years. They don't think we'll remember, but we will. And we will, absolutely. Mary Boone. Correction, this is not the third stimulus check. This is the balance of the second stimulus check. We should never consider the $1,400 as a third stimulus check. Amen, Mary Boone. Well said. The $14 is the fix-it of the second stimulus check. It's not a third stimulus check. Evelyn Potter. I will believe it when we're getting the $1,400 when I see it in the bank. Ms. Miller, if things are going to keep on going this way in this country, these other countries are going to have to send us relief funds. Papi Chulo, they would sell and promise their mother just to get elected after they hide their mother. Crystal Moon, our leaders are just eating steak and lobster while we're stuck with stale donuts. Lynn Glenn, they need to put some fire in their butt and get moving as soon as these checks out this week. I love that, Lynn. Alana Jones, can I get my second stimulus? I'm so disgusted. Dana Flannery, I wonder if the American people put together a class action suit. I'm seeing verbal and written contract which has been violated on their side. Julie, they're politicians. They do what they want to do. They promise everything. They get elected and start crawfishing on what they say. Crawfishing, I love that. John Kisser, okay, what about the 20% raise on SSI and SSDI and all that other stuff and the $2,400? Are they giving us that supposedly also the extra $200 per month to the end of the year? Current bill doesn't have it in there. That's why we're pushing hashtag SS200. Betty Thompson, they need to hurry up. I'm behind on all my bills. Amen, Betty. If you have any questions or comments in today's video, drop them in the comments below and I might feature them in tomorrow's recording. Coming up next on Next Live, become a member, Purple Power, Calcino VIP, or Purple Hawk. Also subscribe to this channel and like the video. Stay informed, stay focused, and save our life for more.